Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see last year's leading rusher from the AFC take on the leading rusher from the NFC. It's DeMarco Murray and Ezekiel Elliott.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now it's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
The penalty, it's Gurley. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. So the D-line's going to spread out. Third and long. It's gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
I'd say that qualifies as a pretty darn good opening series. Get them into third and long, get them out of their comfort zone, and guess what? Get your crowd into it early, too.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Austin. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. First down throw for Prescott. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Last year, Gurley, 74% of LA's carries. That's the highest percentage in the league.
But no real payoff because they finished 31st in the league in rushing. I think as a team, they ran for 78 yards per game. They had a 1,000-yard receiver in Kenny Britt out wide, but they really didn't scare people downfield. And because of that, they stacked the line of scrimmage and stuffed the run game.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. Here's Goff now on second down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. From the gun on third down, Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Austin. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. Elliott last year, so darn good, over 1,600 yards, most in the NFL. Actually, there were 10 teams that didn't rush for as many yards as he did. That's how good he was.
And just think, there is a place for him to get better. And I think it's in pass receiving, not necessarily the hands, but just throwing it to him more, getting him into open space. He can make even more big plays doing that.
And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
And so Denard Robinson by himself. The 20, 10, touchdown LA. Denard Robinson, 105 yards. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Here's Prescott. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. first down. Prescott eluding the pressure right. Room to run inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Oh, Prescott stripped. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
Yeah, 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. To throw on 2nd down is gone. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. David Irving coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Here we go now.
On play action, they'll throw. Going up top for Kupp. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. A reminder, later tonight, the Colts, they'll be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And then Monday night, it's the Redskins getting a 2nd straight night game as they'll head down to Arrowhead to take on KC. We're in October already. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. This one's moving fast.
Prescott on 1st down. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the Steel Curtain was played. I know. Terrence Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. Terrence Lawrence Williams, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. A nice little juke. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On second down, here's Goff. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
On first down, it's Gurley. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's Mannion. Right side complete. That's Woods. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Rams on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Goff. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's got room. Nifty footwork at the 45. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. You pick up another first down with that run.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Caught left side, Williams. The 15 yards there on the catch and run. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Wasn't a ton of space, but a great move. He's able to work it to the 20-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. 4 yards remaining now on 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 2nd down following the run. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, Do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now here goes the former Cowboy star, it's DeMarco Murray. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Out of the gun. Gone. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. And they're going to go soft on the corners. A shotgun snap for Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now a first down throw. Goff. He's going to air one out. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Now Goff. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Going up top. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
This is taken at the 15. And now running right through it. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Second down now after the incompletion. Gurley. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Here's Goff. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
On second down, Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. Out of his end zone, Prescott. And he's got it to Burns. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he's got some space here. Oh, Zeke with a quick feet. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 84 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Goff on first down. It's caught left side by Cooks. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. Ooh, the juke. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. So they're operating in the red zone. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. First and goal from the 8. On first and goal, Gurley. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Looking to throw. Prescott escaping the pressure right. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. It's caught right side. It turns. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more there and another first down. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And
he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Cowboys add on. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On the counter, Gurley. Got some room at the 30, and he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Now, that run is one to build on, and I know it sounds like a cliche, and it seems like a simple thing, but truthfully, coaches are always looking for something to pull out of a tough day. And right now, this team has had one of those, so that run there, I guarantee that's a clip and save as they move forward and look towards the next game. And he'll tell his team, this is what we're looking for. This is what we planned for. Let's have more of this to start games as opposed to getting it at the end.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. first down. Gone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle. It's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and that'll bring up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Gurley. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Rams on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Goff. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And it's 1st and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. Another carry now for Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Being chased out left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This offense so far on third down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now Goff. Buying time to his left. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4th. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable. as he'll go for it on 4th and goal. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Goff now looks to throw, and this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Dances by him. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Second down following the run. The give is to Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
you